very late, unscheduled stream. We're having a bit of a rough time of it at the moment, our little family, and yes, things are tough at the moment. God, it's bright in here. So I've been pretty much in hospital for 4 or 5 days. You might be able to see it in my face. I'm feeling very tired. But what I did have was my latest heresy book that I'm reading. Hi, Sean. I don't know if it's worth doing this stream, Sean, just because I don't know if we've got enough bandwidth. Is it listenable? Can you hear? Anyway, so I am, yes, staying nearby the hospital, and I am reading Shadows of Treachery. And if I'm being really honest, I'm doing 8-hour days, 12-hour days in the hospital, and there's not really a lot of time to sit around reading. Thank you, Sean. But I was reading the final part of the Shadows of Treachery anthology, which is a novella, I guess we could call it. And it's by one of our favourites, ADB, and it's the origin story of the Night Lord's Primarch, Conrad Kurz. And the crux of the story is this wild, blood-drinking little boy grows up in a Sin City equivalent, It gave me kind of, biblical Sodom and Gomorrah vibes. And the blood-eating little kid is he decides he's gonna make everyone behave by scaring the bejesus out of them and becoming like this scary serial killer, which is kind of like, it's a new twist on a Primarch, right? So I'm in this really weird state of just, as you know, I have high anxiety, just really worrying. And then reading this very adrenalized, kind of like bloodthirsty hunt. And then you come through it and there's flash forwards, flash backwards, and the Emperor pops up, Fulgrim pops up, Ferrus Manus pops up, Rogel Dawn pops up. There's some really beautiful writing by ADB, and yeah, it helps. Beautiful words help in the center of molten magma going that you're in. They're like very cooling and calming. So yeah, unicorn hugs. Thank you, Tony. Much appreciated. I'm just trying to find out the bits I wanted to share. You'd have thought I'd have prepared this. The story comes after the death of a silversmith, which is great. Okay, so forget this is a Warhammer book. This is the prologue. Fall. The Night Lord of Caliban stood beneath the storm, a silver circlet crowning his brow. His ashen hair rain-painted against his pale features. The knight's armour was a suit of black ceramite plating, engraved with sculpted lions forged from Martian red gold. Blood ran along the sword in his hands, sluicing away from the steel rinsed by the downpour. Isn't that a beautiful opening image? Oh, that's a shame, Tony. It's saying excellent connection here. Is it lying? Let's see. We never have. Maybe it stopped us. Let's see. Okay, so we're back. The power of Tony Holton, eh? Okay, we'll start there again. This is it. This paragraph bears repeating. It's so beautiful. Fall. The Night Lord of Caliban stood beneath the storm, a silver circlet crowning his brow, his ashen hair rain-painted against pale features. The knight's armour was a suit of black ceramite plating, engraved with sculpted lions forged from Martian red gold. Blood ran along the sword in his hands, sluicing away from the steel, rinsed by the downpour. The other figure was an image cast in a cracked mirror. Oof. Where the Night Lord's skin was pale, the other warrior's flesh was a consumptive's white, and his armour a midnight reflection of the storm above, crisscrossed with markings of jagged lightning. Oof. The battle raged around them, above them, even beneath them, as they waged war atop the piled bodies of their sons, wounded and dead alike. The Night Lord of Caliban had waited months for this moment. Now it had come in the shrieking wind and howling rain, punctuated by the staccato cracks of thousands and thousands of bolters. The knight stepped back, his duty done, the final smears of blood rain-washed from his sword. His brother staggered, clawed hands clasping his own neck. A dark liquid torrent was gushing between his grasping fingers. He was trying to hold his throat closed, and he was failing. Fall, the Night Lord said to his brother. His voice was broken, ragged, breathless. Fall. The other warrior's black eyes were wide, trembling as his life flooded through his hands. He spoke without sound, lips working worthlessly, and finally fell to one knee. The wounds in his stomach and chest bled as fiercely as the cut throat. His body, systematically shredded and torn by the kingly blade, seemed to be held together by desperate hate alone. The Night Lord wasn't a soul given to smiling, nor was he petty enough to mock a fallen foe. He lifted his blade in salute, crosspiece resting against his crowned forehead, honouring a slain enemy. I told you, the lion said to his dying brother, I would be the end of you, curs. So that is the prologue. And so we all know that this is going to happen. I just thought it was really beautiful. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Yes, things like lips working worthlessly, because you would expect it to say lips working wordlessly, right? So I think those kind of like tiny variations are really lovely. And then this, not juxtaposition. Maybe it's, no, this opposite. The other figure was an image cast in a cracked mirror. What does that even mean? Where the Night Lord's skin was pale, the other warrior's flesh was a consumptive's white, and his armour a midnight reflection of the storm above, crisscrossed with markings of jagged lightning. That is so scenic and tells you so much. Beautiful. So yeah, stunning. And I don't know that these words would have resonated if I was just reading as normal, but I found them quite lovely. And then I've picked out a couple other sections. Okay, so this is just a really a really fun little expression. You know why not, Kurz chuckled, the sound no different from a lizard choking on dust. Where does that come from? A lizard choking on dust. Incredible. Here's another one. This is really gorgeous. The Wrath pattern starfighter was a sleek shark of a girl, a throwback from a design era where genius minds drew inspiration from the beasts of Terra's ancestral seas as much as from the extinct creatures of its polluted skies. This one was painted in the Legion's colours, with bolts of lightning streaking across its slender hull. The Wraith pattern starfighter was a sleek shark of a girl. A throwback from a design era where genius minds drew inspiration from the beast of Terra's ancestral seas as much as from the extinct creatures of its polluted skies. Really pretty words. Yeah, there is a nice one here as well. This is actually quite a functional paragraph, but I just really loved it. Sevatar watched the spread of ocular screens, each one alive with an image of ships dying in the dark, black steel breaking apart, ghost fire vanishing into the void. Sensitive Nostroman eyes winced closed across the bridge as one of the screens showed the warship Tenerbord die under the guns of 7 Dark Angels cruisers. Its prow wreckage, still hemorrhaging debris and crew, lanced through the rear of the Pride Mark, igniting the Dark Angels' vessel war engines and killing the entire ship. Wait for it. Killing the entire ship in a migraine of foul light. Oof. I think for anyone who's ever experienced a migraine, that's incredible. Funny you should ask that, Sean. Maybe we should write one. If they wanted me to compile one, I would be very happy to do so. Okay. And here's another one. The ship gave another shake, this one brutal enough to throw several crew from their feet. One of them, a female in technician's overalls, broke her head open on the deck as she fell. Sevatar vaulted them all as he kept running, smelling the blood from his injuries. I mean, they're always smelling blood. The next shiver was an echo of the last. What little light existed on the nightfall flickered and died for several seconds. It made no difference. His eye lenses presented everything in Praesight monochrome, and he was almost at the nearest translocation station. A sound made him stop dead, a straining, yearning whine of protesting metal, a whale's mournful song as it was gored by hunters' harpoons. The lights died again, leaving him in the familiarity of absolute darkness. It's quite simple stuff. It's just the way the words are put together. So I really enjoyed. I just feel quite happy. Well, when you're reading a story, I'm really gutted I read the poetry of I'm really gutted I read The Prince of Crows after I read the first Night Lord's book. It would have been the perfect preview, but that's just the way the timing works with these things, so that's okay, that's not too bad. So yeah, I mean, we're in a pretty, whenever you're in a situation which is scary in the real world, it's so funny, like it's like almost like reading through a kaleidoscope. So when you're feeling hopeless, gosh, this is a long thought. I should have organised this thought better. So we talked in one of my last lives about how Dan Abnett described a book as being a doorway to a different place and time, an exit to another space, another story. And it's funny, like when you're reading a book through the kaleidoscope of everything's good, or you're having a great time, or you're stressed out, or you're really in your own grimdark. The kaleidoscope of what impacts and what resonates can change because, you know, as you turn the kaleidoscope, the different colours of glass fall, you know, and show different shapes. So I felt very highly attuned to these. I guess I was imagining, because I write often, there's a there's like a shake and shimmy, like, you know, when you're panning for gold and you're shuffling the gold, like I've ever gold panned. You're shaking and shimmying the words to give them different and new arrangements, like words falling, lips working worthlessly over lips working wordlessly, you know, stuff like that. You get to see these gentle, oh gosh, why it's so late, I'm so tired. You get, in my head, I'm imagining Aaron Dembski-Bowden gently cajoling these words to give a sense of meaning and a delight. And I think, you know, we're so lucky with our Black Library authors. Dan does it, Graham does it, James does it, you know, Chris Rate does it, lovely Matthew. They are telling the story and they're giving us these additional things. I'm drawn to, talking about Crossfire, the books about Shia Kalpurna. I'm going to get her name wrong because it's so late. And Matthew, who wrote that book, went to the extremes of, you know, world building, of developing, like, you know, 13-day festival, and as they all do, I guess in times of trouble in reality, I'm very happy that there are people who will invest capital, foundation building, planning permission to build like the 7 wonders of the world in fantasy literature, sci-fi literature. So what a gift. And I'm so sorry about this very low-key hotel Wi-Fi video, but I myself wanted to step through another door into a different reality for a little while. So this is nice. And I found a poem for this evening that I don't know much about. It is called, in this particular poem that I'm remembering, but when I looked it up, this is the poem that I found. Where is it? Here we go. No, that would have been too easy. Where have I saved it? Okay. Despondency by Matthew Arnold. The thoughts that rain their steady glow, like stars on life's cold sea, which others know or say they know, they never shone for me. Thoughts light like gleams my spirit's sky, but they will not remain. They light me once, they hurry by, and never come again. Ooh. Yee. Words. Anyway, I think that's it. I'm empty, I'm out. I am really enjoying the reveal of the Night Lords. I'm sorry about the quality of the stream. I am. You don't realise how lucky you are with London Wi-Fi, London people. But yes, it's nice to balance my day with some lovely words and lovely online friends. So really lovely to see you, Sean. Will, congratulations on your daughter's homecoming. I bet she looked amazing. Thank you, Tony. Lovely to see you. Yeah, Sean, it's great. You must be up mega early. Anyway, apologies if this is a really hard to watch stream. Don't worry about it if it is. And yeah, I'm not sure if I'll stream tomorrow or not, because I don't know what's happening tomorrow night. Okay,